We were meant to be doing this with Google this time last week, but the weather was so bad that they had to turn back after about 3 hours climb. This time, we're more successful. We're just near the summit. If you look up there, you can see the top of Mount Fuji. That is 3,776 meters. We're now at 3,450, and this is where we're going to be staying the night. Not because we're being lazy, but because we're waiting for Google Street View, who had these technical problems quite a lot further down the mountain, had to apparently reboot their camera, but are on their way. And this camera is an incredible thing. It weighs 18 kilograms. It actually has 15 cameras on top on this sort of space-like rotunda that this poor trekker has to carry up the mountain. And it's constantly taking photos all the time, so that you, sitting in Atlanta, can sort of virtually climb Mount Fuji even if you're sitting at your desk. And they started this sort of system about a year ago when they mapped the Grand Canyon, and they've been to Antarctica. And now that Mount Fuji has been declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site, they've decided to come and map Fuji too, and that's why we're here too, Rosemary.
So we can climb it in a virtual way. What's it been like for you, the realistic trek up the volcano?
Well, we've been so lucky because the weather's been so great. It's actually been blissful. And Fuji is one of the, I think it's the most climbed mountain in the world. It is, of course, also an active volcano, but I think we'd have had a bit of warning if there was going to be any kind of an eruption. The last eruption was 300 years ago, sent an ash cloud all the way down to Tokyo. In fact, I'll just show you the view down here because it is a stunning view. And then there was a huge lava eruption back in 1,200 years ago. So, I mean, I don't think we need worry that it might happen anytime soon to us. But the climb is pretty manageable, you know. With a good pair of hiking boots and the right equipment, you can do it. We've been accompanied by a guy who's done it 10 times. He's also one of these crazy extreme skiers who comes up here with snow skins on the bottom of his skis and then skis down. But he says that is not for amateurs, because if you fall, then you need an ice axe to help you. But now it's the climbing season, 2 months of the year, between July and August, when around 300,000 people, Japanese and foreigners, come to climb Fuji. It probably takes about 7-8 hours, and you start very early in the morning so that you can hit sunrise on the peak. And because of this UNESCO World Heritage status that it now has, much to Japan's delight, people think, or the sort of municipality believes that those numbers will just increase as a result, Rosemary.
So when will the rest of us lazy people who are just sitting here on chairs be able to take this virtual climb up Fuji Mountain?
Well, it takes a bit of time for Google Maps to process all the data. At least with this one, they don't have any sort of awkward situations where they might be photographing things that shouldn't be photographed, because I can assure you on the way up here, there ain't much that shouldn't be photographed. It's quite a lot of sort of grit on the floor and lava and stones and rocks and some people wearing some very brightly coloured mountain gear. I think it'll be about another 6 weeks to 2 months before you'll be able to map this mountain from your desk. That's if Google does make it up this far. They've given us a call. They said they were on their way. They said all the technical problems have been sorted out. They've rebooted the machine. They've had engineers on site working on it. But I mean, I'll see it when I believe. I'll believe it when I see it, when they've come up to base station 8.5, which is where we are.
Well, we should let you go, but before we do, I want to just get an idea. What was the highlight so far?
Gosh, well, it's such an incredible view. It's such a wonderful place to be. And I think I laugh because one of the highlights has been eating a pot noodle for lunch. I was told it was a Japanese invention, which I didn't realize. And I tell you what, I really enjoyed it.